Hi, ladies. Here we are, about 20 days into our quarantine, 20 days of being at home. For some of us, that means we've been extra busy. And for others of us, it means we've had a lot of extra time on our hands. And either way, whichever camp you're in, I think that we're starting to get tired. And I know that there are multiple weeks that we have still coming. And just wondering how you're doing. I know for me, I came across a familiar verse the last few days that just encouraged me. I wanted to share with you the one from Matthew chapter 11, where Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And I think that's where many of us are at this point, is we're weary and we're heavy laden from the news, from our schedules, from just the newness of life and the stress of going in a store and not knowing if you're going to touch the coronavirus and bring it home, whether it's going to affect you or your family or your friends or your loved ones. I love Isaiah 26:3. It talks about this, says, "He will keep him in perfect peace whose eyes are fixed on you." How we need to keep our eyes fixed on our Savior at this time. This coronavirus isn't an accident to him. It's not new. It's not out of control. He is here with us in the midst of it. And yet he does say, "Come to me when you're weary, when you're burdened, when you're heavy laden," that he will give us rest. There's another verse in Matthew chapter 6 that I love, or Mark chapter 6, that says, "Come away by yourselves to a deserted place and rest for a while." And I think that's the word that we need for today, is to go to Jesus and spend time with him and rest. Rest in his presence. Rest in his love. Rest in his sovereignty. Rest in the sweetness of his tenderness with us. To take that time to come away with him, to turn off our phones, to get away from social media, to get away from the news, to get away from all of those things. And I know that we encourage one another and we lift one another up, and there are so many good things that are happening. But at the same time, there's so much news too, and the importance of just going to our Savior, going to the one who loves us, going to the one who knows everything that's going on in our mind, who can encourage us more than anything else. There's nothing more powerful than the word of God to us. Hebrews 4:16 says, "Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need." And this is a time of need. We need his grace to go on each and every day. And I love later on in Hebrews that it talks about, I think it's in chapter 7, where Jesus is interceding for us. He is praying for us. And you think of how comforting it is when you have a friend who prays for you, or when you pray for someone else. How about Jesus? Jesus praying for us to the Father. And so my word for us today is to run to our Father, to get away from those things that all the things around us, and just spend time with him and with him alone. In Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31, it says, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They should walk and not faint." So as we go and spend time with the Lord, he is going to renew our strength. He is going to enable us to get through this next day and as many days as we do have. And I wanted to just turn to the cross-reference verse for that, which is Psalm 27, verse 14. "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord." And so my encouragement for us today is to wait on the Lord, to come away, to get with our Savior, and spend time just resting in him. God bless you.